Welcome to Gamers Platform.
Yeah! Good. Oh, baby! Look at that!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Gamers Platform, the only place to be for all your gaming needs. I'm Adam Wolf, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Game Awards nominations special. Basically, it's the point where they show all the nominees for certain categories, and it looks like they're probably going to just rattle them all off. As you can see right here, we've got a lot to go through, and then we're going to actually go ahead and cast our votes. Now, more than likely, I'm going to be seeing a lot of games on these lists that I probably haven't played, but I'm going to be going off of, you know, based on what I know, how I feel about the franchise, or, you know, what other factors that I might actually think about using to make my votes. But overall, I think it'll be a fun video to actually make, just to see if maybe I get some interaction with you guys. Maybe you guys can put your thoughts in the comments down below, you know? Did I make a good choice? Did I make a bad choice? Why not? Whatever the case may be. Overall, it's my opinion, whatever I choose. So, you know, please keep that in mind. And, of course, as always, if you want to cast your votes, go to thegameawards.com and sign in to save your progress and vote now. But let's get into it. Obviously, I'm going to be talking during
Hello,
this video.
everybody. I'm Jeff Keighley, and on Thursday, December 8th, we are going to celebrate the best in video games and see what's next at the Game Awards, which streams live from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles.
I wish I could go.
There will be new games to announce.
I really do.
The Game Awards Orchestra will return, and there are many other surprises in the works. But today, it's all about revealing the nominees across more than 30 categories.
I'd have to see like how much a flight
is
to Los Angeles
by our global jury of more than 100 media outlets. Remember, you can help select the winners by voting at thegameawards.com and on our Game Awards Discord server. Who's in the running? Well, it's my honor to announce this year's distinguished.
Let's take a look here. Here we go. Best performance.
The nominees for 2022 are Ashley Birch, Horizon
She's
Forbidden
excellent.
West; Charlotte McBurney, A Plague Tale Requiem; Christopher Judge, God of War Ragnarok;
Oh yeah.
Fan Engage, Immortality.
Never even
and
heard of that game.
Sonny Suljic, God of War Ragnarok.
Boy.
In the category of Best Multiplayer, the nominees
So God of
are
War is on the list already.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiversus,
A lot of people talk about that one.
Overwatch 2,
I'd probably take that over
Splatoon
Modern Warfare 2.
3, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
It's a co-op game.
For Best Ongoing
Really
game,
good choices
the
there.
nominees are Apex Legends, Destiny 2,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14,
Yes.
Fortnite,
I mean, obviously, it's...
and Genshin Impact.
I thought about getting into
Nominees
it, maybe.
for Best Art Direction are
Like I said, they're just going to rattle them off.
Elden Ring,
It looks
God of
good.
War
God of
Ragnarok,
War just looks phenomenal anyway.
Horizon Forbidden West,
Okay.
Scorn.
That one's
and
interesting,
Stray.
actually.
For Best Score and Music, the nominees are Olivier Derivière, A
Haven't
Plague Tale Requiem;
played it, so I don't know what the...
Susaka Sato, Elden Ring; Bear McCreary, God of War Ragnarok;
Obviously, I might be
Feathers,
biased on that
Metal
one.
Hellsinger;
So that one's actually really good. I played the demo.
Yasunori Mitsuda,
Haven't played a
Xenoblade
single
Chronicles
Xenoblade
3.
Chronicles.
The Best Audio Design nominees are Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2,
It wasn't the beta.
Elden Ring; God of War Ragnarok;
Man, God of War's got a lot
Gran
here.
Turismo 7,
Haven't played it yet.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Or that. So I couldn't speak to it.
Innovation and accessibility recognizes games that are making our industry available and enjoyable to more people. Selected by a special committee of accessibility experts, the nominees are
Oh, okay. Yeah.
As Dusk Falls, God of War Ragnarok,
I heard it actually has a
Return
lot
to
of options.
Monkey Island, The Last of Us Part 1.
Ah, that's true. Naughty Dog
and
did kind of
The
go crazy
Quarry.
with that.
For Best Narrative, the nominees are A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok,
Dude, it's on
Horizon
almost
Forbidden
every
West,
single list.
and Immortality.
What? I don't know what
Games for
Immortality is.
Impact
I've never even heard of that
recognizes a
game.
thought-provoking game with a profound pro-social
I guess
meaning.
I'll have to look it up.
The nominees this year are
Games for Impact.
Memoir Blue,
Never heard of it.
As Dusk Falls, Citizen Sleeper, Endling, Extinction is Forever,
Obviously,
Hindsight.
Games for Impact, I think, is
And
predominantly just
I
going to be
Was a
filled with
Teenage
indies.
Exocolonist. For Best Independent Game, the nominees are Cult of the Lamb,
That got big real
Neon
fast.
White,
That
Sifu.
one looked interesting. Sifu got really
Stray.
big. Stray was really
And
well received.
Tunic. For
So
best
was
mobile
Tunic.
game,
So
the nominees
good
are
selection there.
Apex Legends Mobile.
They couldn't get a
Diablo
better
Immortal,
image for that.
Genshin
I
Impact,
swear to God, if people vote for
Marvel
Immortal,
Snap, and Tower of Fantasy.
never heard of that
Best
one.
community support presented by Discord.
Guess I'll have to check it out.
Recognizes a game for outstanding support, transparency, and responsiveness to players. Our nominees are Apex Legends,
Eh,
Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14,
14, I
Fortnite.
definitely, yeah.
and No Man's Sky.
Maybe No
now
Man's
it's
Sky.
time for one of my favorite categories, Best Debut Indie Game, which recognizes a development team that made its first game in 2022, and clearly they hit it out of the park. The nominees are Neon White, Norco,
Never heard of that one.
Stray,
hmm
Tunic, and Vampire Survivors.
Oh, that one got
For
a
Best
lot of.
VR AR game,
PR
the nominees
lately.
are After the Fall,
I think I've heard of that
Among
one.
Us VR, Bone
What do you
Lab,
do in Among Us VR?
Moss Book 2, and Red Matter 2. For Content Creator of the Year, the nominees are Carl Jacobs,
Don't know him.
Ludwig,
I know him.
Nebellion,
Don't know him.
No Brew,
Don't know him.
and QT Cinderella.
I
The
know
nominees for Best
her
Action
very
Game are
briefly.
Bayonetta 3, Modern Warfare 2,
Bayonetta 3.
Neon White,
Okay. I'm going to pause it right there for a second. If Bayonetta 3 was on any other like more than just the Nintendo Switch, I'd probably vote for it, but no.
Sifu, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. The Best Action Adventure Game
Not much to
nominees
choose from
are
there.
A Plague Tale Requiem,
Action
God of
adventure.
War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. For Best RPG, the jury selected Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus,
Why?
Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles
A lot of
3.
few JRPGs
The
on
Best
there.
Fighting Game nominees are
I can't
DNF
speak
Duel,
to any of this.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, The King of Fighters 15,
I can't believe how many of the
Multiversus,
games there are in that series.
and Sifu. What's the most anticipated upcoming game? Remember, these have to be games that are officially announced. The nominees are Final Fantasy
Oh,
16,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy,
A lot of people
Resident
raving
Evil
about
4,
that.
Starfield,
Yeah.
and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This year, there's a new category at TGA, Best Adaptation, which recognizes excellence in authentically creating shows, movies, and other
Now, I'm not
creative
sure how
endeavors
many we're going to be
based
able
on
to
video
vote on,
game
but
worlds and characters.
hopefully a
Here
good portion
are
of these, if
first
not all
ever
of them.
nominees for
It'll
Best
take us a little bit.
Adaptation. Arcane, League of
Oh,
Legends,
hell yeah.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners,
Still have to watch that, but
The
I've heard
Cuphead Show.
good things.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Uncharted.
I'm definitely.
Next up, Best Family
I know what I'm
Game.
going for there.
The nominees are Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Lego
Can't really
Star
speak to
Wars:
this.
The Skywalker Saga,
I would say
Mario
Lego
and
Star
Rabbids
Wars.
Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, and Splatoon 3. The Best Sim Strategy nominees are Dune Spice Wars, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope,
Dude, Spice
Total
Wars.
War Warhammer 3, Two Point
I mean,
Campus,
Total War Warhammer is
and
huge.
Victoria 3. This year, these 5 games are nominated for Best Sports Racing, F1 22, FIFA 23, NBA 2K23, Gran Turismo
I generally
7,
don't like sports games.
and Ollie Ollie World. Next up, we're looking at our 5 esports categories, starting with
I used
Best
to.
Esports Game. And the nominees are
Here we go.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Dota 2,
I mean, just the big hitters
League of
already.
Legends.
We know what's going to be on here.
Rocket League,
Yeah.
and Valorant.
Yeah.
Your Best Esports Athlete nominees are Juvie,
Don't know him.
Faker,
Oh, yeah. Big guy.
Kerrigan,
Don't know him.
Simple,
I know him a
and
little bit.
Yay.
Never heard of him.
Here are the 5 nominees for Best Esports Team: Dark Zero Esports,
What?
FaZe Clan,
I mean, come on.
Gen G, LA Thieves, and
Thieves
Cloud.
are pretty huge.
The Best Esports Coach nominees are Blade,
Probably not going to know
Bazooka,
any of these coaches.
Doom Bros, Robin, and Score.
Don't know any of them.
The nominees for Best Esports Event are EVO, the League of Legends World Championship, PGL Major Antwerp, the MSI, and Valorant Champions. And now, our
Okay.
final two categories.
I think I would have to
For
choose
Best Game
Evo because it's
Direction,
the only one
which
I know.
recognizes outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Already getting to the end here.
The nominees are
Told you he was going to
Elden
rattle off.
Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality.
It's going to be hard for me to choose.
And
Because,
Stray.
dude, Stray's been up there a
And
lot lately,
finally,
too.
On behalf of the jury, comprised of more than 100 global media outlets, I am proud to announce the 6 games selected for outstanding creative and technical excellence. The nominees
Game of the
for
year.
Game of the
Come
Year
on, baby.
at the
Let's see
Game
God of War on
Awards
this list.
are
Can you imagine if it won
A Plague Tale
again?
Requiem from Asobo Studio
3 years
and
later?
Focus Entertainment. Elden Ring by From Software and Bandai
You know a
Namco
lot of people are going to
Entertainment.
vote for Elden Ring.
God of War Ragnarok from Sony Santa Monica.
We already know my
and
vote.
Sony Interactive Entertainment. Horizon Forbidden West from Guerrilla
That's,
Games and Sony
what,
Interactive
2
Entertainment.
Sony
Stray from
Sony
Blue 12
PlayStation
Studio
exclusive
and
games on there?
Annapurna Interactive.
Actually, 3.
And Xenoblade Chronicles 3 from Monolith Soft and Nintendo. Congratulations to all the nominees. The winners will be revealed when the Game Awards streams on Thursday, December 8th.
Can't wait.
And you
Why is
can
it gotta
help
be a
select
Thursday,
who will
man?
take home the award. Head to thegameawards.com
I just hope it's
right now to vote. And also
streaming
visit
when
the
I
Game Awards
am
Discord
home,
server for voting. Stay
not while I'm
tuned
at work.
For many more details as we get ready for the biggest game awards yet. I can't wait, and it all streams live and free everywhere on Thursday, December 8th. I hope to see you then, and don't forget to vote.
All right, let's see. What was at the end? It was just all this. Looks like a game announcement or something. I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, so that's all the nominees. I gave away what I was going to vote for in some of the categories. Other categories, I'm not sure. I'm just going to pick something. But as I said, there's a lot of games. Actually, I think pretty much most of those games I have not played. But I'm going to go based on what I like, as should you, if you're planning on voting. Go based on what you feel should be nominated and win. And maybe you'll get it. But we're going to come right back with my voting as we go through all the nominees and make our choices. So, stay tuned. All right, so here we are. We're at the GameAwards.com. As you can see, December 8th at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. Again, I wish I could go to one of these things. One of these days I will. But as of right now, I don't even know how much it costs to fly to Los Angeles, let alone to go to one of these things. Obviously, I can look up the pricing and everything, but we're not here to do that. We're actually here to make our votes. So let's cast our votes. I'm signed in under my Google account, so it'll save my stuff. We can view all the categories, or we can just start voting right now. And I'm just going to start voting. So that way we can make our choices. Obviously, I'm going to vote for God of War for Game of the Year. There's 31 categories. Damn. And this is the first one that it actually puts in your face as Game of the Year. Obviously, I'm very biased in this selection of games. It's really between these two for me because I was such a huge fan of the first game on both of these games, and I just think that they both are highly, especially Horizon, is highly deserving of the title. But I have made it no secret that I am just a huge fan of God of War. It's one of my first PS2 games, or at least one of the many first PS2 games, and I've been a fan of the franchise since the very beginning, and it always gets my vote. So we're going to go with God of War Ragnarok. It'd be pretty funny if it won again 3 years later, but people are giving it 10 out of 10. People adored Elden Ring. People are liking A Plague Tale Requiem. I'm not entirely sure if it's Game of the Year material, given that it does have some technical faults, but same thing with Elden Ring. I think Forbidden West had some. Stray didn't have too many, and Xenoblade Chronicles runs on a potato. So, I don't even know why that's there, but I guess for a lot of people, it's not, the technical side of things doesn't really matter. It's about the gameplay, the art direction, all that stuff. And Xenoblade Chronicles is huge, so I'm not going to take away from that. But for me, it's the all-around package, and God of War 2018 is my game of all time. Like, that's not even like game of the year. It's game of all time. I've never said that about anything, and that takes the cake. God of War Ragnarok, I think, deserves Game of the Year just because it's such a fantastic series. Next category, Best Game Direction. Again, I don't know what this is. I'll have to look that up. But we got Elden Ring, God of War, for Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Immortality. Game Direction for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Now, I'm going to take each of these categories at face value based on what they're supposed to be about. And while I absolutely love, I could vote God of War Ragnarok for everything. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. Game of the Year was a biased choice for sure, but I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible. In terms of game direction, nothing on this list is more unique than Stray, in my opinion. What other game do you know that has a cat as you're playing the cat? And I've never even heard of this game, so I can't rightly speak on it. I know what Horizon looks like. I know what God of War looks like. I know what Elden Ring looks like. And while the vision of each of these games is hands down some of the best, I think Stray, for me, is just the most unique. And it certainly caught my attention. I haven't played it yet, but the plans are there. Trust me. So I'm going to vote for Stray on Best Game Direction because I thought is such a unique premise to a video game. Out of that selection, anyway. Best Narrative. I mean, again, would go right to God of War Ragnarok, but I'm trying to be unbiased for a lot of these, for the majority of these. I think Game of the Year is probably going to be my only biased choice. But if I had to say, this is a tough choice because, I mean, From Software games are well known in their vagueness. I was going to come up with some weird word like vaguity or something. That's not even a word. Vagueness, where a lot of the story is within the environment and, the players have to go looking for it. And so it doesn't really speak to a lot of people in terms of like narration, because a lot of people would probably play that game and be like, wait, there's a story to this? Horizon Forbidden West, I've heard from some people that the story is kind of like lackluster compared to the first game. I have absolutely zero doubt in my mind God of War Ragnarok has the best narrative. And I do think a lot of people would actually come to these lists and just pick one game. Like God of War, hands down, has some of the best everything in it. But I can't just pick God of War for everything. I have to be somewhat analytical. And based on my playthrough of A Plague Tale Innocence, which was at the time a very low budget game and very indie, I would have no doubt that A Plague Tale Requiem just continues the caliber of storytelling that the first one held on to. So, or the first one started, I should say. So I might actually have to vote for A Plague Tale Requiem here because I absolutely adored the first game and its story. Best Art Direction. This one, I actually, when I saw it on a nomination, I kind of was going to go for it anyway. I think Scorn deserves this win here because it's another one of those games where you never see anything like it. I'm not really familiar with H.R. Geiger and his artwork up until I started seeing some stuff on it, when people were comparing where Scorn got its inspiration from. But it's, out of all these games, I've never seen anything like it, so I'm going to give it to Scorn on this one. All right, let's go to the next category here. Best Score and Music. Now, I did enjoy Plague Tale Innocence music, so I have no doubt that this has some solid music going for it. Elden Ring, I think, yeah, I've seen some clips. It definitely has some really good music in it. God of War, I have no doubt. Bear McCreary is like one of my favorite modern composers for video games. Xenoblade Chronicles, don't know anything about the score there. Metal Hellsinger, out of the demo that I played, I was hooked. It was so good because all the music was custom made for the game, and it all just sounded so awesome. And I'm a huge, I I've been into metal for a long time, and so it just melded so well. And while I do think this is tough because I really want to give it to God of War because Bear McCreary is like, and he also did the soundtrack for the score for Foundation, which is a show I'm watching. It's on Apple TV, and that right there is also just phenomenal work. So it's hard to go with anything but God of War, but at the same time, I do want to kind of try and give it to some games that actually do deserve it. So I'm going to give it to Metal Hellsinger, as much as it pains me to not choose God of War Ragnarok. Best audio design. Well, it's tough because I haven't played this yet. Though I have a feeling this would actually be very good because Polyphony Digital has done nothing but excellent work for every game they've released. Because they're so meticulous with it, you know, in their art direction, their design, their audio. But I will say that when I played the beta of Modern Warfare 2, I was kind of blown away at how good it sounded. The problem that I have with it is that a lot of it is blown out, and that was a big issue in the beta. And now in the release of the game, it's a little better, but it's not that much different. So, you know, things are just really loud. And while positional audio is, you know, markedly better than a lot of other games, I don't know why this is here. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna have to go with God of War on this one, just because I don't know what this game is like. I've seen video on it. I've heard it before. I don't know if audio design really would be, you know, it's good, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It doesn't seem that much different from any other blockbuster type game. And then, you know, Gran Turismo, I'm sure sounds fantastic, but I haven't played it. And I did like Horizon Forbidden West, but it's like, you know, once you've heard Mechanical, Dinosaur, you've heard them all, you know. I mean, so let's move on. All right, best performance. Ashley Birch is just like one of the best, just hands down. She does excellent as Amicia. I might have to go with Christopher Judge. The guy just knocked it out of the park with his first debut. And while, yeah, Sonny plays excellent as Atreus, I gotta go with my boy Christopher Judge, man. This guy nailed the part of Kratos, and you never would have thought. You never would have thought, but he did. He did. Absolutely deserves it, especially after all the crap he had to go through this year. Games for Impact, I don't know. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I remember seeing trailers on this one. I don't know any of these, so I don't even know why I'm wearing a headset. There's nothing playing, so you guys are gonna hear music in the background here. I guess I'll go with As Dusk Falls. I don't know. It looked cool. I'm just probably never gonna play it. Best ongoing game. Been playing a lot of this lately. Okay. But I've been playing this for years. Okay. Yes, I've been playing this for years, but I've been playing this one a lot longer, so. I think I've got two categories that I'm definitely going to vote for this in. Definitely best ongoing. Wow, this is excellent. I love Destiny 2. I know a lot of people hate it. People are wrong. Final Fantasy XIV has been a part of my life for a very long time. Almost since its inception in 1.0, which, if you guys remember, if you're old enough to remember, which I'm sure most of you are, 1.0, disaster. So when this finally came out, it was unbelievable. So I'm going for 14. Absolutely deserves it deserves something, for God's sake. I think this game has been nominated a few times over the last couple years. It hasn't won anything. I don't think. Best indie? This one looked really cool. It honestly did. But after all is said and done, while yes, this one weird, but you know, a lot of people love this one. I might have to go with Sifu because after this one came out, it was pretty talked about a lot. So I'll give this one to Sifu because I did play its predecessor. I already forgot the name of it. Some of you might remind me in the comments down below, but it was not really my kind of game. But this one kind of looks like something I'd definitely play. So I'm gonna go for that. I really hope nobody votes for this. I really hope not. This was such a disappointment. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna have to check this out because it's a Perfect World game. Oh, what is it though? I might have to check that out, but I can't speak to that one. This one I've only heard of recently. This one's only been talked about because it's taking people's money. That's basically what it is. I might have to go with the Genshin Impact. As much as people will probably hate me for that vote, that you can't deny its success. Like another game that takes people money, but I'm telling you right now, I'm interested in playing this game because it actually has a full-fledged story, and you don't even have to pay for it. So, you know, I might actually, yeah, I'll vote for that one, just because I'm interested in it. I've played Diablo Immortal, and I'm disappointed. Best community support. There's the other one. Final Fantasy XIV, hands down. I have not heard. Maybe No Man's Sky is in the running for the next best, but I have heard nothing but amazing things about Final Fantasy XIV support. Even though I've never had to experience any, you know, communication with them, because luckily my experience with the game has been pretty much solid. For people who have had to have issues corrected, or you know, people who want to voice their opinions on certain things that they change or add or whatever, I've heard nothing but amazing things from the Final Fantasy XIV community and the support crew. Apparently they're just some of the best, so I'm going to give that one to them as well. Innovation and accessibility. Yeah, they poured so much into this game. I think I was actually going to vote for this one here anyway, just because, I mean, is this one even out? I know this one's out, but I haven't heard much on either of these games' accessibility options. The only one I've heard of on is The Last of Us, and Part 2 is no exception either. Like, it had a lot of options, so I'm going to go with The Last of Us Part 1. I know it's a typical vote, whatever, probably, but I don't. Best AR VR. I mean, I haven't played any of these in VR. My brother spoke highly of Moss 1, and he said it was excellent. How do you play this in VR? Are you actually on the ship? And After the Fall, I'm not entirely sure about either. I'm pretty sure this is a PlayStation exclusive game, and I am a PlayStation guy, and I'd like to see it succeed. Bone Lab, I don't know if that's the same as Bone Works, and I don't know what Red Matter is. I'm assuming that's a space game. I think my brother talked about After the Fall. I could be wrong, but I'll give it to Moss Book 2, just because the first one was so highly regarded. Best action game. Again, played this, seen stuff on that, seen that, and that. I've seen stuff on all this. Best action game, though? It's not a great lineup. Again, like I said, if this was on other platforms, I would have given it to that one, hands down. But it's only on Nintendo, and that's a strike for me. Because the quality of this game, ever since Bayonetta 2, has just been hindered so drastically by the hardware, and it's upsetting to see, because I absolutely adore the first game. So, you know what? Best action game? I'm a huge old school Turtles fan, man. Like, Turtles in Time, one of the greatest games of all time. It is so good, and that just rekindles that for me entirely. Best action adventure game. Never played Tunic, and I think that's a Xbox only. I could be wrong. Pretty sure it's Xbox only right now. But it's, you know, if you like Zelda, you like that. This might be my third God of War vote. Because while I do like A Plague Tale Innocence, I don't really like to consider action adventure. It's more of like a stealth action game. So I wouldn't put it here. And I haven't given anything to Horizon yet, and I do love that game. I had a blast playing the first one. I might actually go with God of War on this one. I'm not gonna lie, because I know how this plays. Like, I played the first one, and they didn't change much for the second one, which is fine, by the way. Okay, you don't need to change a game in order to make a sequel. And I know how it plays. So, I mean, it just was a phenomenal game to play, the first one. So the second one, I have no doubt, is even just as good or better. Best role-playing game, Elden Ring, Live Alive, or Live Alive, or Live Alive. I don't... Square Enix and their naming schemes. Why? Triangle Strategy, haven't really seen anything on that. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 3. If Final Fantasy was out, Final Fantasy 16 was out, it'd be on this list. I might have to go with Elden Ring on this one because it's the only one I really know a lot about. So there we go. Give it to Elden Ring, the old Elden Ring. It's probably going to get a lot of votes anyway. Best fighting game? Don't know. I know that briefly. I know about that. Obviously, everybody does. And then, of course, Sifu. I'm going to give it to Sifu. I'm not a fighting game person, generally. Best family game. I'm going to give it to Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga because everybody knows Star Wars. And I'm not saying this is a bad game or this is a bad game. Splatoon's very popular. But, again, it's hard to say because I don't have a family. So I'm sure this is huge for a lot of families to play together. Same thing with Kirby. Everybody knows Kirby, but everybody knows Star Wars, man. And I've heard nothing but amazing things about that, so... Best sim or strategy, Dune Spice Wars. I'm gonna look that up. I actually don't even know about that. Victoria 3, don't know much about that. I think I've briefly seen it. Total War, Warhammer 3. This one would probably be more in my speed, actually, I'm not gonna lie. Creative Assembly does really good work. I'll probably go Total War. Just such an iconic franchise. Best sports / racing game. Oop, sorry, I don't usually swear in a video, but garbage. No, I'm just kidding. F1 actually is apparently really good. This is garbage. I swear to God, if anybody votes for that, get off the platform. Hell no. Again, garbage. Two garbage games right next to each other. I mean, there you go. I'll just give it to Gran Turismo. Show some love for the PlayStation. Best multiplayer. I have experience with this and this. And out of everything here, this I've been playing the most. I want to play more of this, but if it wasn't for their crappy netcode, I would be. And if they increased the time to kill, and made some other changes, Overwatch 2 for me. Absolutely. I'm having a blast playing this every time I'm on it. It's so much fun for me. Content creator. Don't know any of these people except for Ludwig. So I've seen her briefly. Oh, wait. I do know her. There's a video I have in my mind that I want to make, and it involves her channel. It's nothing like against her. It's just in general, like a general thought. And I came across her channel, and it exemplifies this thought. So, you know, that's how I know her. But Ludwig, I've been watching a few of his videos lately. He's good. They want you to share everything. No, that's okay. Best debut indie. Vampire Survivors is just picked up real strong. This one kind of came and went. Like, you heard about it briefly, and then it just disappeared. So I wouldn't say that was the best debut. Never heard of this one. Now, just because I've never heard of it doesn't mean it wasn't a great debut, but I mean, I haven't seen videos on it. I haven't seen any major outlets cover it. Nothing. So I wouldn't exactly call that a great debut. This one, again, kind of like a Neon White. It just came and went. This one has had some staying power here, but Stray, everybody talked about the cat game. So I'm going to go with Stray on this one because everybody talked about it. Best adaptation. I mean, need I say more? It's really close between these two. I've heard amazing things about this, and I have yet to watch it. I should have watched it. I knew I should have watched it. But I have been absolutely floored by the quality and the passion that went into Arcane. And I cannot wait for the next season or whatever they're planning on doing. They're taking too long, if you ask me, but I really want to watch the next season. I've never been so captivated by a show before that was, you know, just an animated perfection. It's so good. So I'm giving that one to Arcane, absolutely. And I have no doubt that this one will probably win. Because this one's brand new. This one has been out for a while. People have been able to, you know, soak it in, really get in the story and everything, and it's phenomenal. If you haven't watched Arcane, I highly recommend. Most anticipated game. Well, my most anticipated game would have to be Final Fantasy 16. I'm really excited for this because I never actually played through the original. Yeah, I kind of suck at it. This one I'm interested in, but I wasn't really like anticipating it. This one I absolutely am. I'm so excited for this, but because I'm a space freak. But I mean, you know, if I'm gonna be honest, it's Final Fantasy. Like, I've been Final Fantasy since 1997. Okay, Final Fantasy 7 was my first one. Best esports. Boy, we have such great options here. I mean, I'm literally cutting this out and this out because the community is the same. The Riot Games community can suck a butt. So, I've watched some CSGO. I've not really watched Rocket League Pros. I have watched some Dota 2. And I would say, I mean, this is the best rival to League of Legends. That's just the way it is. And it's just as exciting when teams go at each other when it's finally time to hit your enemy. But I don't know why I'm stuttering over my words here. I'm going to vote Dota 2. It's been around for a long time, and I know CSGO has as well. I'm going to probably go with Faker because, like, I know Simple. I know who he is. I've seen him before, but it sucks because I'm a Cloud9 fan, but I just don't even follow them. But I know Faker. This guy is a beast. I'm going to go with Faker. Best esports team. How much you want to bet FaZe is probably going to win this one, just because it's FaZe? I watched Call of Duty League, and Thieves are just, they roll over people. I'm going with Thieves because it's the only team I know, really. Don't know any of these coaches. No clue. Oh, what a surprise. FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan, FPX, never heard of them. Loud. Envy. I don't know, man. Blade, because he has the coolest name. I don't know. And the best esports event. It's the last category. Back in the day, when I watched League of Legends, those were some of the most exciting matches and one of the most exciting events I've ever seen. Absolutely. I believe this is Dota 2. Because the Invitational has always been Dota 2. I'm just not sure why Call of Duty League Championship isn't up here. Like, no joke, that was like some of the most exciting esports I've seen, and it was just like, it's not even on the list. Now, I don't know. I didn't watch the Legends World Championship, but I imagine this is, like, unbelievable. I'm going to have to go with Dota 2. I'm pretty sure that's Dota 2. It's the only game that I know is called the Invitational. Okay. That's it. That's every category gone through. I got to see if it actually... All right, that's cool. So I hope it saved my votes. It should have. Still have become a TGA insider. That'd be nice. I don't know if if I start voting, it'll... Okay, good. It'll just show you all the categories. You can run through them again. So, yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with most of my choices. If I really am going to be honest with myself, pretty much anything that God of War was in, I would have voted for. Because that game deserves every appraisal it's ever gotten and ever will get. But I haven't played the game yet. And it'll probably be a while before I do. So I had to be fair. I had to be unbiased in most of the other categories. And I think I did pretty well. I think I did. I think it was as fair as I could possibly be without having played most of these games. I'm basing it on what I've heard, what I've seen, you know, other people's opinions on it, and what I think of it based on what I've seen. And I don't know. I think I did pretty well. But hey, everybody has their own opinions. Those are my opinions. If you would like to actually put in your choices, go to thegameawards.com and sign in so it saves your progress, and click on Start Voting to get your votes counted. Because unlike the presidential election, your votes actually matter here. So, you know, put in your 2 cents and see what happens later on in December when the Game Awards comes around December 8th. Also, I would like to make a call to action to anybody who'd be willing to maybe throw a few dollars in my direction. Not for me, but for Extra Life, for children's charity. We are trying to raise $1,000. We've smashed 2 milestones already, so I've had to raise the goal again. And we're trying to raise $1,000. We're at $650 right now. And if you'd like to give, please click the link in the channel description below, or in the video description below, excuse me. And it'll take you to my Extra Life page where you can donate safely and securely through extralife.org. And if you're not sure what Extra Life is, just go to extralife.org to learn more. But until next time, guys, I'm Adam Wolf. And I'll see you guys during the Game Awards.